going to discuss about azygous vein, hemiazygous vein and also accessory hemiazygous vein. So first we'll start with azygous vein. So azygous vein mainly drains from the thoracic wall and the upper lumbar region. So it drains the thoracic wall and also upper lumbar region, and it is an important channel for connecting the superior vena cava and the inferior vena cava. So how it is connecting the superior and inferior vena cava, we'll check out by this diagram. So here you can see this is a inferior vena cava and this is a superior vena cava. From here you can see there is a right renal vein, and also you have here right ascending lumbar vein and lumbar azygous vein and also right subcostal vein. So these three together will drain into the azygous vein. So these three together only form the azygous vein, and this azygous vein travels into the superior vena cava. So this is how azygous vein is an important channel connecting the inferior vena cava and the superior vena cava above. So this is how in this diagram you can find out how the inferior vena cava and superior vena cava are connected by means of azygous vein. So azygous is actually, the name azygous meaning is unpaired. Unpaired means it is only present on one side. It is present only on one side, that is especially on, you can see this is the right side as I mentioned here, right, this is left. So mainly on the right side you can find out the azygous vein. So that is the meaning. Azygous means unpaired, only on right side it is present. So it occupies the upper part of posterior abdominal wall and also posterior mediastinum. So mainly it is present in the posterior mediastinum and in the posterior abdominal wall. So here you can see the mediastinum. We will also discuss how it is related. So now you can see this azygous vein enters the thorax mainly by means of aortic opening. So here you can see actually this is a diaphragm. So diaphragm has aortic opening. So by means of aortic opening, the azygous vein also joins it and opens and comes into the mediastinum here. Opening of diaphragm, and the vein ascends up to the T4 and arches at the root of lung. Especially it arches at the root of right lung because azygous is only on right side, and it ends by joining the posterior aspect of superior vena cava just before piercing the pericardium. So just it ends by superior vena cava. So anteriorly it is having esophagus. So you can see here in this diagram you can see this is azygous vein, and anteriorly you can see there is a esophagus over here. So you can see this is a esophagus. So this is azygous vein. So anteriorly it has a esophagus. So you can see this is the azygous vein, and so you can see the azygous vein posteriorly have 8 thoracic vertebra, and you can see this is the right side, and back of it you have the left side. So mainly on the right side you will have the structures like on right side you will have right lung, of course right pleura, and also you will have great splanchnic nerve. Great splanchnic nerve. So this is the greater splanchnic nerve. So on the right side you will have the greater splanchnic nerve, and on the left side you can't see by this diagram, but on left side you will have the thoracic duct, and also you will have the aorta lower part, and esophagus, trachea, vagus are present in the upper part. So you can see the esophagus, the vagus nerve and the trachea, these are mainly present on the upper part to the azygous vein. So these are the structures how it is related to the azygous vein. Now we will see the tributaries. What are the tributaries which are forming the azygous vein? So mainly the right superior intercostal vein is formed by union of 2, 3 and 4 posterior intercostal veins. So here you can see mainly we have the posterior intercostal veins, especially 2, 3 and 4. So this 2, 3 and 4 join together and they form the posterior intercostal vein, that is the right superior intercostal vein. So this is the right superior intercostal vein formed by 2, 3, 4. They in turn drain into the azygous vein, you can see here. And also 5 to 11, you can see 5 to 11, all this also form the right posterior intercostal vein. These are also all the right posterior intercostal vein, they also drain into the azygous vein. And next you have hemizygous vein at the level of T8. So T8, from the you can see T8 you have the hemizygous vein, especially you have the hemizygous vein on the left side, and this right bronchial vein near the terminal end of azygous vein. Actually here comes a right bronchial vein, it's not in the diagram, but you can remember that at the base, like at the ending of here, you'll get the right bronchial vein near the terminal end of azygous vein. It also joins the azygous vein.
And next you have several esophageal, mediastinum and pericardial veins. They also join here because as you are seeing it is related to this all these structures. So even the esophagus, mediastinum, pericardial veins also join. Now we'll see about hemiazygous vein. So you can see this is the hemiazygous vein. It is also called as inferior vein. Why? Because this is azygous vein is on superior, so it is also called as superior vein. And accessory hemiazygous vein is also called superior vein because it's above it. Whereas hemiazygous vein is called as inferior vein. It is formed by, actually the lumbar azygous is formed by union of left ascending lumbar vein with the left ascending lumbar vein with the left subcostal vein. So you can see here the subcostal vein, left ascending lumbar vein, and this left lumbar azygous vein. So all this together form the hemiazygous vein on the left side. So remember, hemiazygous vein is only on the left side. So its courses is pierce the left crus of diaphragm. So actually diaphragm has a crus, a right crus and left crus. In the left, the hemiazygous vein pierces the left crus of the diaphragm, and you can see it ascends left side of vertebra and overlap aorta, and especially the T8 it turns to the right side and pass behind the esophagus and thoracic duct and finally join the azygous vein. So you can see here hemiazygous vein exactly at the T8 it is crossing to the right side and joining to the azygous vein. So even the hemiazygous vein and accessory hemiazygous vein, these both are also the tributaries of the azygous vein which is present on the right side. So from the left side the hemiazygous vein enters the right side, especially at T8 vertebra. Now let us check out what are the tributaries of hemiazygous vein. 9 to 11, you can see the 9 to 11, all these are tributaries of hemiazygous vein, especially these are 9 to 11 left posterior intercostal veins. So the left posterior intercostal veins finally join the hemiazygous vein. And next we have the accessory hemiazygous vein. So these are the accessory which are also known as superior hemiazygous vein, and they begin at the medial end of 4th to 5th intercostal space. You can see 4th to 5th intercostal space and descend on left side of vertebral column, and at T8 they turn into the right side and pass behind the aorta and thoracic duct. Even they pass behind the aorta and thoracic duct and join the azygous vein. But you see the hemiazygous vein moves to the right side at the T8 and it is passing behind the esophagus and thoracic duct because it's passing from left side to right side. At the T8 it is passing behind esophagus and thoracic duct. But whereas this accessory hemiazygous vein, it is going behind the aorta and thoracic duct. Here the thoracic duct is common for them both, but here the aorta, here the esophagus, that we need to remember. So now here it moves to the right side exactly at the T8, and again it also drains into the azygous vein. So the tributaries of accessory hemizygous veins are 5 to 8. You can see the 5 to 8. These are all the left posterior intercostal veins which are tributaries. They sometimes also the left bronchial vein. So sometimes even the left bronchial vein, as we discussed this side, right bronchial vein will come here and drain into azygous vein. Even the left side bronchial vein may also sometimes enter into the accessory hemiazygous vein. So this is all about azygous vein, hemiazygous vein and accessory hemiazygous vein. Next we will discuss about the thoracic sympathetic ganglion.